So the first batch of the Tony Busby lawsuits that are coming against Diddy and a bunch of other celebrities dropped today. These are really shocking. When you get to read these, you're just going to be... It's one of those things you're like, this can't be true. But I'm going to show you something that's going to have you saying, oh, no, I bet they are true. I bet all of this stuff is true after seeing that. We're going to start today going over a story that I touched on yesterday or the day before on my other channel, which is about the witness, the girl who went to the freak off, and she talks about exactly what it was like, because this paints a totally different picture. Like a completely different picture than I had been kind of visualizing and talking about when I talked about this case. Okay. And I want to make sure that I'm very clear on this. So we're going to go through that first. Whether you've seen this or not, I think it's important that I go on record about what I think about this. And then we'll go through the lawsuits, because the lawsuits reference things from this video. And I mean, I honestly don't even want to start, because I want you to hear this first. All right. So let's jump into it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done that yet. I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Yo Kratom. You're a daily Kratom user, $60 kilograms, yokratom.com. Best on the internet. It's where I get all of mine. Check them out. And yes, I chose this video specifically for that ad, because if Diddy would have been using Kratom instead of all the stuff he was doing, I think none of this would have happened. All right, so let's jump into this thing. We're going to start, like I said, with the witness, and I'm going to start right here for a reason. So just as some super quick backdrop to this is a woman who was at a Diddy freak-off. This has been verified multiple ways. She's telling the truth, okay? And this is her story of when she first walked into the house at the freak-off, because there's the outside and there's the inside. Outside, I mean, people are going nuts and partying and, doing having sex, all that stuff on the outside. But the real freakadeek is on the inside of the house, and you have to get invited in. Someone goes around and gives you a pair of slippers, and it's like, come in the house, okay? So this is her experience when she first walked into the house. Listen to this.
I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking weed. But when people are out of their mind, and when people, what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little... red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like, why would they be here? So I was just like, okay.
There you go. So I let that play all the way through, because the first time that I played it for Gabrielle on Play With Matches, the other channel, she was like, that doesn't necessarily mean kids. She might have like little people. I'm like, no. And when you hear the whole thing, she says little people, she doesn't want to self-incriminate. And then she says, why are they here with grown people? They're kids. That's what she means. Dressed up like little Juku Barbies. Okay? So obviously, we could get more in depth on the stuff that she says about the Diddy freak-off party. But when you start off with, there's inside the house, so far you've got everyone doing drugs, not just doing drugs, but doing drugs out of their mind, right? Like out of their freaking mind. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen someone in that state. And listen, I am not inexperienced when it comes to partying, okay? Like you put me next to most people and you'll be like, oh, all right. Like that guy's seen some life. But there's only been one time where I've seen what she's talking about, okay? And that was at Coachella, and that's the last time I went to Coachella, right? And let me just be straight with you guys on this. Well, this was 2009, okay? I'm just going to tell it to you straight. I had, I don't know, probably 5 friends named Molly that day, okay? 5 friends named Molly, okay? So it's not like I was some... I don't know, some sober observer, right? So like that many hits, I should be out of my mind in comparison to a regular person. And I'm just living my life. But what I'm telling you, that there were people who are like, I can't even describe to you what these people look like. I think they must have been on a combination of like psychedelics, Molly, ketamine or something, because like they were people that were going like this with what do you call it? Oh my God, glow sticks. And they were literally going like this. There was this girl who was probably, if I had to guess, if the gun to my head had to guess, 15. Okay. She's dressed up like a Juku Barbie, basically. She's in an outfit where if I saw my daughter wearing what this little girl was wearing ever in my, like when she was 28, I would lock her into the room. I'd be like, we need to talk, man. Okay. She was basically naked, 15 years old. And she's standing, leaning against this guy who's probably 35. She's leaning against him like this, and he's holding her. She's leaning against him like he's a tree. Okay. She has a pacifier in her mouth, and he's got a glow stick, and he's going like this in front of her face. And she's like, I mean, it was one of those things where even through my own whatever's going on, I was like, this guy is going to sling that little girl over his shoulder after this and just do what he wants. And that's a baby right there. That girl is a baby. And I remember in that exact moment, I can visualize that moment like it's happened 1 second ago. And I remember out loud to everyone, I'm like, this is not my scene, man. You know? I mean, I assume that goes without saying. But Coachella, people just think of like Coachella. Oh, Coachella's a good time. It's like, start actually looking around. You know, start looking around. Don't get caught up in your tight little circle. Start actually looking around that place. Because it's just like what she's describing. You know what I mean? But aside from just that, kids, dude. Children. Dressed up like Juku Barbies. Now, this is what I said to Gabi about this too. Diddy is the devil. And now I know that to be a fact in terms of like there's no possible way that you can tell yourself that you are not an evil person when you facilitate putting children into an environment where people are doing drugs, having sex, and you're dressing them up as little fetish, like fetish objects for people who are into children. Okay. Like, you want to dress up a girl like in leather, and she's got handcuffs. You know, she's a dominatrix. Okay, people are into that. I'm not, but people are. You want to dress a girl, you want to dress like a 25-year-old girl in a little schoolgirl outfit with the thigh highs on. That's hot, you know? Not so much because it's school or anything, but just it's a hot outfit. There's a million fetishes that are fine for you to indulge people with, if it's all just consenting adults. Okay, you put kids in there, you are literally saying anything goes here, and I don't care who I hurt. Like, even if I'm hurting babies, children. You know that. Like, you know that if you're that person. And there's no other way that you could think about this in your brain other than my role in this world is to tempt people and trap them into indulging in their absolute worst instincts. And I don't care who I hurt. This is all about the accumulation of power, the accumulation of control, and me indulging in my absolute worst instincts if I'm him. I mean, like this, he's Satan. That's what the devil does, man. That's what the devil does. Like, I'm serious. I want you to seriously think about this. Like, think about like the movie The Devil's Advocate or any other rendition of the devil as we know it. What do? Does the devil go out and kill people? No. Does the devil go out and assault people? No. That's not their role. The devil tempts people into doing something bad. They're the one that's like, here you go. That's Diddy. So, the rest of this, I encourage you guys to watch the rest of this interview here. But I wanted you to have this context before we start talking about this lawsuit, because this lawsuit is is gnarly, right? So Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexually assaulting minor, multiple grapes in new lawsuit. So 6 new accusers of Sean Diddy Combs have filed lawsuits against the music mogul alleging grape abuse, sexual abuse, sexual assault. 2 Jane Does and 4 John Does. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me update that too. So in this interview, I forgot about this. She witnessed Diddy going down on a dude. Okay? So like all these talks, anybody who's doubted that whether Diddy was getting down with dudes, you don't need to doubt that. I doubted it. I don't anymore. I believe this girl. I absolutely believe her. So anyway, 4 John Does. They filed lawsuits against Combs in New York. Cases include alleged incidents from 95 through 2021. One Jane Doe accuses Combs of graping her in a Manhattan Marriott hotel room in 2004 when she was 19 years old. Another woman claims Combs slammed her head into a wall and graped, struck, and threatened her during a promotional party for Biggie Smalls' One More Chance music video. Bro, that is so long ago. That is so long ago. One more chance. He was already doing that shit back then. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is a demon. One man claims he was drugged and assaulted by Combs and multiple other unnamed men at a 2021 party. Okay. Like, let me read that one more time. One man claims he was drugged and assaulted by Combs and multiple other unnamed men at a 2021 party. I cannot wait to find out who those other men are, because I believe it about Diddy. Another says he was a minor when he was assaulted at Combs' Hamptons White Party in 1998. So this guy's just been on this forever, man. Yet another man says he was working security at a party in 2006, Combs' house in New York, where he was allegedly given a laced drink, pushed into a van, and assaulted by the music mogul. Nice. The lawsuit names Combs' various businesses as defendants, while one of the men who accuses Combs of sexually assaulting him in a Macy's in 2008 listed a department store as a defendant. Wow. But he's going to get convicted of that, right? Because E. Jean Carroll, they got Trump on that. Exactly the same thing. Why would you not believe? You don't believe this kid? Hey, how many other accusers are there for the big guy? None. Okay, cool. How many are there of Diddy? Billions. Okay, so same criteria. He should get convicted and have to give the person, what is it, like $100 million? USA Today has reached out to Macy's, yada yada. There are 120 victims with claims against Combs, which the Texas-based lawyer Tony Busby announced earlier this month. The attorney revealed on October 1st press conference that he is representing the 120 accusers with allegations of violent assault or rape, facilitated sex with controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, and abuse of minors. Man. And we will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. Busby added, it's a long list already, but because of the nature of this case, we are going to make damn sure we're right about everything, right before we do that. But we are going to name names, and those names are going to shock you. Man. This is so nuts, man. Honestly, that interview with her makes me physically ill, you know? And I'm serious, like watch this. I'll just give you at random, okay? Like just at random. It's like, all right, what's she talking about here?
So that we can see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So
this is her talking about him going down on the dude.
P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not gonna say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. Something real crazy, because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing something real sexual, that's all I'm going to say. So that we can see and so that we can get turned on.
I picked that at random. I literally just like, hey, I bet you if I click somewhere randomly on the timeline, she'll tell you something crazy. Like, you should definitely watch this entire thing. Here, let's see what's here.
Lead you on to stuff and sitting back acting like he just this macho man. And he is a charmer, though. That's one thing. Like, he will charm the fuck out of you. But for me, that's so game tight. I'm like, I know what this is. And I'm ready to get to the music. Like, if that's the case, you should have been like, don't tell me you about to change my life and da-da-da-da. And, oh, have you been writing? Oh, that's nothing too. He was like, have you been writing the songs that I seen been telling you to write? Because the Prince wanted me to write out all the songs I ever made in my life. I said, without the beat? He's like, yeah, just start writing songs. So you never know. They'll take my music, drug me, fuck me, do whatever, and just throw me away, basically.
Correct. Oh, and by the way, I heard a rumor that the Prince is Prince Nassim, the boxer. I mean, I don't know. I can't verify it, but that's what someone sent me, and I was like, whoa. Whoa. Because that guy was fun to watch box. I don't know, though. I just, like, someone emailed me that. I can't verify that. But, yeah, I hope they bury Diddy under the jail. You know what I mean? I hope they bury him under the fucking jail. That's all I got.